It was just 2 weeks ago that Ridgid announced they're going to be launching a brand new 18-volt brushless 15-gauge angled finish trim nailer. This is going to be available in August, so today we're going to give you a first-hand look at it so you can see if it's right for you. Let's go. First thing I want to point out, this is the industry's lightest weight cordless 15-gauge angled finish nailer. So let's put this to the test on my scale and see how much it weighs, and then we're going to see how this performs. All right, just took some nails out. We're going to check the weight of this without the battery. Put it on the scale here. We are at 6 pounds, 1.6 ounces. And then let's put the 2 amp hour battery. If you get it in the kit, you'll get this battery right here. And then on hand, I happen to have these 2.5 inch angled finish nails right here by Senko. Let's see if these will fit. If I can get 2 of these in. Okay, so let's see what this weighs now. Fully loaded. 7 pounds, 4.8 ounces. So the grip right here has some really nice texture, and then when you put your hand around, you squeeze that little part right there, which is below the trigger, you can see that LED light comes on right there. So that will definitely help you see in some low light situations. A couple other things I like on this right offhand, it has these bumpers on this side. So if you go and you set it down somewhere, it's not gonna scratch. You can't put it that way, but if you put it that way, you can gently lay it down. So in new construction, I notice when I'm using an angled nailer like this, quite often some of the countertops in the kitchen are in, and it's just nice sometimes being able to set something down and not worry about having to scratch it in case it's like a Formica countertop, something like that. Then I notice this also comes with a belt clip, a hook that's in here. I didn't attach this yet. So it looks like you could put it on that side right there, or let's see, can you do it right there? Yeah, you can do it right there too. So I prefer to put it on this side right here. So let's do that real quick. So you can see on these shorts right here, there's this belt loop right there, maybe like for a hammer. But then there's also this reinforcement on the pocket. So for like a tape measure or something like that. So if I'm working on a ladder or something like that, I need to just quick set this down. I like having that right there. There we go. All right, let's fire a few off right here so you can see how it works. And we're gonna look at some of the specs a little more. So the first thing I want to say, it's a good idea to have safety glasses when using this. And the interesting thing with this nailer, there isn't an on-off button that you have to push. All you have to do is just go ahead, grab it, and then you have to just push it down and pull the trigger. It's that fast. So one thing I want to point out to you right here, there's a switch. So you can go from single sequential to contact actuation, which is bump mode. So this can fire off 3 per second in bump mode. And right here you have a tool-free depth adjustment. So I spent some time fine-tuning it. And then if you happen to have a jam, take your battery out and this will flip open and you can get to the jam tool-free. All right, let's see if we can fire off 3 per second. We'll go into the bump mode. So right now if I pull the trigger and push down, you can see I'll fire one off. All right, those are all really nice. All right, let's see if I can do 3 per second. All right, notice if I'm gonna go really fast, then I may want to have the depth down a little bit. All right, let's try going quick here. Yeah, that's real fast. So I like it with this 2 amp hour battery right here. It just keeps it really nicely balanced. That light right there is really nice. Then I just noticed right here is storage for a spare tip in case you need to replace that up there. So I don't happen to have any trim pieces to nail down, but I happen to have this 1x3. So let's just fasten it to the 2x4. Get a sense of the holding power right here. So in all my years of construction, I often use the 18 gauge brad nailer quite often for doing a lot of trim work. But the 15 gauge right here, this works really well on like door jams, window jams, just something that needs a lot of holding power, and you can get up to the 2.5 length right there, which is really nice. So right now I'm gonna try to loosen this with my go-to trim bar. This is from Stiletto. This, all right, there we go. That thing is really on there. So now use this side for leverage. You can see when you put a 15 gauge nail in, I don't know if this demonstration right here is helping you see the holding power, but when you put those in, I'll tell you what, it's not going anywhere. So I have to grab my hammer now. All right, let's take a look at some of the specs on the box. So when you have a brushless nailer like this, you get maximum performance with longer run time. And then if you pair the Ridgid tools with the max output batteries, you'll get the maximum power. So looking at the specs right here, as I mentioned, it's an 18 volt, and I mentioned it's a 15 gauge, 34 degree finish nails, and the fastener range is 1.25 to 2.5. The fastener collation is glue or tape. The magazine capacity, 114 nails. The magazine type is rear loaded. The nails per charge up to 1425, and the weight 5.9 pounds. So one other thing on the box I wanted to mention, this has clean drive technology. This drives nails flush at any angle. It reduces the jams, it eliminates the MDF trim blowouts, and it doesn't leave the driver blade marks afterwards. And right here you can see the model number. This is a tool only, and if you register this within 90 days, it qualifies for the lifetime service agreement. So right here I have 3 rows of 2x. It rained a little bit on here today, but that's okay. We have the dry piece right here of maple. So let's go ahead and put some nails in there so you can just see how it works at different angles. So I don't have a whole lot of nails left, but we're gonna go ahead, put a couple in first, just so it's not gonna move around on us. And then in case you're curious to see how this looks at some different angles, all the way in. That one too. Let's go slightly back. That's good. All right, that is nice. If I had to adjust it to go a little deeper, then I would just go ahead and turn that. Actually, that's all the way down. If I want to back it out a little bit, then I can go quite a ways with that. So if you run some shorter nails, you'll just probably have to reduce it so it's not driving them down so far. All right, so right now we are in the bump mode. Yeah, I'm liking that. It's very fast and they're all sunk evenly. All right, it has a dry fire lockout. So as I was testing this out, I haven't noticed any misfires, so everything seems to be straightforward. Just nice balanced design. Very nice grip on there, very easy to use. As I mentioned, you just go ahead, grab it and fire it off. Very quick. So I'm very happy with the lightweight design. So I think having this 2 amp hour right here for extended use is gonna work really well. And one thing with this battery right here, if you have the turbocharger, you have another one just like it, you can have the other one ready to go when this battery dies. So you can always be up and running throughout the day. All right, if you're wanting the price on this, $299 for the bare tool, $359 for the kit, and that includes the 2 amp hour battery and the charger. So as I mentioned, this is gonna be available starting in August sometime at the Home Depot. So I'll put a link down below when this launches, so that way you can see the different specs on it in case I left something out, or if you want to see some other reviews on it. But for me, this definitely passed all my tests, so I'm very happy with it. So if you enjoyed this type of video and want to see others like this, I recommend that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, and then also please hit that like button to help support the channel. So that's it for now, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey Oakley, what do you think about the performance of that nailer? If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say I appreciate you, but this doesn't have to be the end. If you want to continue watching some other Ridgid tool reviews, right there, if you click on that, that is the Ridgid turbocharger, which I did a comparison between all 3 of them. Pretty interesting. And then if you've already seen that, but you want to subscribe to my channel and see some other Ridgid tool reviews, I have this right here coming up soon. This is the Ridgid 3/4 inch high torque impact wrench. It's going to be awesome.